thank the One King West Hotel for hosting us while we're here in Toronto, Ontario. Now I have the pleasure of introducing you to Vanessa. She's one of 3 wedding specialists here. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you so much for coming.
Vanessa, tell us what your role is here at the hotel.
I'd love to. I'm one of 3 wedding specialists here, and we are a dedicated wedding service here at the hotel. And I can speak for all 3 of us when I say that we are really passionate about what we do. We love our jobs, and we're really excited about weddings. We love to know all the details, and we would take you through your wedding process from the beginning to end. So we would actually be with you for the initial meeting and the tour, and the first person that you speak to, the week of the wedding, the menu tasting, the day of the wedding. We'd see you all throughout.
Now give us a little background on the history of the One King West Hotel.
Absolutely. There's a lot of history here, starting in 1914 when we were originally Dominion Bank, which we now all know as TD Bank. And it was a lot of excitement surrounding a bank opening in the heart of the city, or what was going to then be the heart of the city. Even with the vault coming in, which we actually now have on site, still remains with us. It's a great opportunity for couples to actually take photos in front of, wedding engagement photos. So it's a great piece that we still have with us, and a lot of history of the hotel. We're actually sitting in the Grand Banking Hall, which was originally where the tellers would operate from. So the long bar that you see now is actually where the tellers used to be. So a lot of Toronto's history and the growing of Toronto was surrounding the bank opening for sure.
Now with the abundance of history that's here, do people usually play that up, use it as a theme?
Absolutely. I think a lot of the couples that do decide to have their wedding here, they really admire the space and the history and the architecture as well. So some couples actually even work in the district. They work in major Canadian banks that surround this area. So they'll actually come in during their lunch hour or after work, and they really enjoy the space for sure. So
we've already talked about the vault, but what other key elements are there in the hotel that couples use for photos?
Yeah, just right outside of this area is the grand staircase. A lot of beautiful brass, railing, chandeliers, natural light, a lot of marble. So it's a beautiful spot to do a first look or a reveal before the ceremony, and definitely family photos look good on the staircase as well.
So what's included in your wedding packages here?
Absolutely. We try to include quite a bit in our wedding packages to make it easy for the couples. We have 3 packages to choose from, but they are highly customizable as well. We would include things like the menu tasting I had mentioned, the complimentary photo permit to take pictures in front of the vault and the staircase. We would include 2 day use suites for the couple to get ready in, exchange gifts and have a bite to eat, that sort of thing. We also include an overnight suite as well for the newlyweds. We would include some linens, chair covers, dinnerware, tables, that sort of thing, and as well as the dance floor. We also set aside 10 rooms at a preferred rate for couples, guests to utilize as well, since we're at the hotel.
What size weddings do you usually host?
We've seen as big as 250 fit very comfortably in the space, but we've had as little as 80 guests in the Grand Banking Hall, and they've chose to utilize some of the space with lounge chairs or a social environment with cruiser tables and cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, that sort of thing. So we can have that size wedding. You can also host in other venues in our space. We have 1,500, which you'll go and see a little bit later. So for weddings that are smaller, we also have other venues in the space to use as well, for weddings for 20, 30, 40 people, and there are a lot more intimate spaces for them to use.
So the One King West, it definitely has the location, it has the history, it has everything behind it. How far in advance are you already being booked?
Well, we usually see that couples like to book a year or so in advance. However, that shouldn't deter somebody from still reaching out. We definitely still have some Saturdays available for years to come. We also would recommend that they look into booking either a Friday or a Sunday, and we're a lot more flexible in that sense in terms of pricing and availability.
There used to be just a season for weddings, but that's changing, isn't it?
It is. We also would offer some flexibilities in off-season weddings, and the off-season is getting a lot smaller than it used to. I mean, the weddings are really all year round now.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
When you're ready to book at the One King West Hotel, you can go to the Showcase Wedding website and click on their link.